It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Kitchen Land USA, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Forhetz.
Good Monday morning to you. Hope you had a fantastic weekend. They always seem to go by too quickly, but nevertheless, here we are on a Monday, and there's a lot of news to tell you about.
Yes, no word yet on exactly what went wrong, but a boat exploded on Table Rock Lake Saturday morning, leaving a woman from Springfield in serious condition. She ended up getting life flighted. It happened at Indian Point Marina. Troopers say the 74-year-old woman had just filled up the boat with gas, and when she started it, it exploded. So she was seriously injured, and another woman, an 18-year-old, had minor injuries. But that woman is in serious condition after being life flighted to a hospital here in Springfield. It's pretty wild. In Bolivar, a person also was severely injured in an apartment fire on Saturday. It started in one unit, but then multiple units had smoke damage. 2 dogs were rescued. No word yet on what started that fire.
Okay. And more tornadoes for the state of Missouri. Man, it's been a crazy spring for us. Missouri stands at number 2 in the country for the state with the most tornadoes this year, just behind Texas. It's been a very busy spring in Missouri for tornadoes. The latest is an EF1 rated tornado that hit Jefferson County, which is south of St. Louis. Dozens of buildings there damaged. Fortunately, no injuries. Meanwhile, the city of St. Louis will demolish nearly 200 houses that were damaged by an EF3 tornado back on May 16th. You recall that. They are houses that were already owned by the Land Reutilization Authority there in St. Louis, which was planning to raise 1,000 properties, a lot of them in North St. Louis, 1,000 properties by the end of next year because they are vacant, they are old, and are in disrepair. It's a lot of houses to take.
Yeah, it is.
Well, today is the day from things being destroyed to things coming back for renovation. After being closed for renovations for the last year, Springfield's Midtown Carnegie Library on Central Street is reopening this morning. That's cool. The building was given some upgrades in heating and air conditioning, accessibility, worked on the elevator, and more. The work was paid for with federal COVID money. So it is still out there, still out there. Spillways are open at Beaver Dam near Eureka Springs. All the rain we've received led to the spillway releases over the weekend. It's a ton of water. Actually, it's more than that. 7,200 cubic feet of water are going through the dam per second.
It's wild.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I was swimming in Table Rock Lake probably 2 weeks ago when the spillways were open, and it's a weird thing because you can feel it.
Really?
You can feel it.
Well, you were near the dam.
It doesn't like suck you in, but you can feel movement under the water. It almost feels like there's a current a little bit, because there is.
There is.
But it's not like what you're fearing. Like it doesn't like suck you, because
the dam.
Yeah. So, I'm not that couldn't happen. I guess maybe, I don't know, maybe that could happen, but.
Well, that's why they have the barrier there, and you were swimming along the barrier, right?
Yeah, but the barrier is just a rope, so someone could accidentally drift over the rope. It's more than that. It's the way they designed it. It doesn't suck you off the top of the water. I think it comes deep from the bottom, but
yeah, it does. It does. But that is why they have a barrier there to keep you away from the dam. Yeah.
Yes.
A new campground, meanwhile, is now open at Table Rock State Park down there. Campground number 2 is open for reservations after being upgraded. Those updates include new electric, sewer, and water for 22 campsites there at campground number 2. Ribbon cutting is scheduled for Wednesday morning.
Yeah. By the way, at Table Rock, the water was still super high, at least as of yesterday. And then I know a lot of the rivers are still really high. So if you're planning Moonshine Beach or floating trips or anything like that, you better be looking online, make sure that they are open before you head that direction.
Yeah, because most of them are closed.
Yes. Okay, the city of Osage Beach is trying to attract even more tourists and maybe some new families to the Ozarks. City leaders there are working with the Missouri Department of Natural Resources to build a new trail system. which is really cool, building a new trail system across city and state parks. Eventually, they're hoping to build more than 70 miles of new trails in the Lake of the Ozarks region. So that's cool. They're going to start with a new 2-mile trail set to open in the spring of next year.
Okay.
I
Well,
love it so much.
there's a lot of nice area for that. That's for sure.
Yeah, no doubt. All right, switching gears now. You will remember one of Springfield's most notable cases, most high profile, you could call it. This past Saturday, a couple days ago, marked 33 years since the disappearance of 3 women from Springfield. That was on June 7th of 1992. 18-year-old Stacy McCall, 19-year-old Susie Streeter, and Susie's mom, Cheryl Levitt. All of them vanished without a trace from a home in central Springfield just after the Kickapoo High School graduation. On the day they were reported missing, the front door of the house was left open, but no cars were missing from their home. Their purses were there, car keys were there. No apparent signs of a struggle, but just very strange circumstances. There have been countless leads over the decades, but nothing leading to the arrest of anyone.
That's such a big case for Springfield, the biggest. I can't think of anything bigger than that. But we've followed it over the years that we've been here, and the anniversary comes up every year, and they've tried to revive the investigation several times, and clearly haven't gotten anywhere, which is really just sad for the families and everybody who wants resolution to this.
Yeah, and a cold case often suggest, actually, now I need to look at the definition because I'm about to say this out loud and I need to double check myself. A cold case, I think, typically means that someone has died and they've been unable to find who's responsible. But in this case, there's no bodies, so they don't know that they're dead. They're not necessarily dead, which is what makes this really unique, because without a body, it's hard to call something a cold case, although perhaps a cold in the sense that the trail has gone cold,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that the public has the same, the actual, if that's the definition, the actual definition. It's just a case that has not been resolved, that has been going on for several years.
Yeah.
That's how I would see it. But.
The dictionary defines it as an unsolved criminal investigation, which remains open pending the discovery of new evidence. So I guess it is that. But I just remember, having interviewed some of the family members of those 3 women. I think the lack of having a body is what keeps it so disturbing, because it would be easier if you knew, okay, we have the body and then we work backwards from there, but that's not the case. So it's wild. It's wild because somebody knows something. That's what's wild, Do
you think it'll ever be solved?
I do. Yeah, I do. Because I feel like every person has a breaking point. That's why I think it'll be solved.
Well, it's wild because it was, what year? 92?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that was back before cameras were everywhere, before we were tracked by phones everywhere. So it's tougher, especially this far out. It's tougher to find new evidence unless there's some kind of DNA evidence that now we have the ability to test.
Right.
But there doesn't appear to be that.
Which that happened in the Jackie Johns case from around that same era.
But again, there was a body and there was DNA involved.
Right. Yeah. With this, I feel like it will be solved because people talk eventually, but people don't talk unless they are incentivized or they've reached their own personal breaking point. But that's certainly possible.
Yeah.
And I think likely.
I hope so.
Yeah. Okay. Now to this, you have heard before of Springfield Lutheran School. It has been around since the 80s, the preschool, elementary school, middle school. They are now adding a high school. It's actually a separate entity, but still Springfield Lutheran School. So they assume that the lower grades will be like a feeder for the high school. But they are going to be opening this upcoming fall semester. So August 13th will be the first day of school. The new school will be located in the Trinity Lutheran Church Education Center, which is right by Phelps Grove Park.
Yeah, good for them. Interesting.
Yeah.
There've been a lot. It seems like there's been a few private schools opening up in recent years. So
Yeah. And I mean, I feel like Springfield Catholic does really well. So this would be like a similar setup,
yeah,
you know?
right. Hey, there's a new deli in Northwest Springfield. If you're hungry and need something for lunch, it's called Big Dog Deli. It's located on West Kearney at, I think, West Bypass is where that is, that intersection. They offer fast, fresh, what they call healthy food. So they got salads and sandwiches, and you got to take it to go because there's no seats there. So you grab it on the run, and there you go.
I think it's cool too. The Big Dog Deli is named after like the owner's dog. It's not hot dogs. I mean, they may have hot dogs, but that's not what they're going to be known for is hot dogs.
Well, yeah,
'Cause-
that could be confusing.
Well, that's what I thought it was. So then I had to like look into it and I found out it's named after his dog. It's not about hot dogs. So There you go. Just in case you were confused or curious, I did the homework for you. There you go.
Okay. Just regular deli sandwiches. Meanwhile, remember Nuke's Eatery?
I do.
I think we had 2 Nukes for a while, and now we have 0 Nukes in Springfield or anywhere, I don't think, in the Ozarks. But Nukes is looking at coming back to Springfield. They want franchisees like those Cousins Maine Lobster. They want franchisee as well in Nixa.
By the way, I passed a Cousins Maine Lobster last week in San Francisco.
Oh, okay.
And if I would have had time, I would have gone to eat so that I could have let the good folks of the Ozarks know how it tasted. But it was early in the morning when I saw it, and I had no time.
Well, what's funny is that you're out there on the West Coast. We're closer to Maine seafood than they are.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. That's true.
You think that you're on the coast, right there on the water in San Francisco, but we're actually closer.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, Nukes wants to come reopen in Springfield. They used to have a location on Battlefield Road, South Glenstone as well, but they shut them down. And we went there a few times. They had, that was back when we were doing, I think, Kids Eat Free.
Yeah.
The kids were little.
Yes.
At least little enough to get that deal.
Yeah.
And they had good deals. So you know what? I apologize if it was us that put them right out of business because we took advantage
because
of that
our kids, even though they were little, they never
free.
ate little. They never ate little, especially the boy.
That's funny. All right. And then there's this. Branson comedian Yakov Smirnoff will be back on the national stage on television. He's going to be doing stand-up on The Tonight Show tomorrow night, which is cool. Good for him. Obviously he first appeared on late night TV back on Johnny Carson's show when he had The Tonight Show back in the 80s. And I remember him in the 80s. He was doing all his Russia, what a country type things about the United States. And it did really well because the Cold War had either was going on or it just ended, depending on when you hear him. And they were all great jokes, very timely. They're not quite as timely now, but I know he's been working on a new stand-up routine. So that'll be on The Tonight Show tomorrow night. And then he gets to be on, make his first appearance on the Grand Ole Opry, which is interesting.
It's so cool.
June 25th. Yeah. We met him several years ago at I think it was, the start of the Ukraine war, right?
Right. Yeah.
He was doing a fundraiser and we were emceeing that fundraiser for Convoy of Hope and the work that we were doing when the war started, and we still continue to. But he was just a really incredible guy, very kind and down to earth, and very, very patriotic. He loves this country and what it did for him and his family. I mean, he knows firsthand.
Yeah. He's hilarious and amazing. Like, he's an amazing human for sure. I remember he did, he has like a PhD that he got, and part of his like dissertation or something was on laughter, like the value of laughter
right.
in life and in marriage and in relationship. And Do you remember him telling us about that?
I do. Yeah. It's
Yeah, it
fascinating.
was absolutely fascinating.
He's
And he's
reinvented
super
himself
smart. Yeah.
several times. Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah, tune in. Yeah, tomorrow night he'll be there with Jimmy Fallon. So that's really cool. Go Yakov. We love it. Okay, finally, don't forget about our contest that's going on right now at aroundtheozarks.com. It will run through the end of this month. We're giving away a 4-pack of tickets every single week. So 4 different weeks throughout the month of June for Adventure Seekers Branson. And it is quite an attraction. There's 150 plus interactive exhibits and games and a flight adventure thing, like what do you call that, like a flight simulator type thing. Yes. It is all indoors. Also, it's not anything outside, so if it starts raining again, don't worry, you'll be inside. Anyway, it's just a cool place, and I was looking it up online and it looks super fun. So we're giving away family 4 packs of tickets every week this month. Tune in and play at aroundtheozarks.com.
Yep. And be sure to stay tuned for Abby Dyer's Wake Up Weather. Sarah was mentioning the weather. You can find out exactly what is on the way.
Yes. And until then, we hope to see you back here tomorrow.
Yep. See you Tuesday.